Momina should be talking on methotrexate for an audit into diagnosis, management and outcome of ectopic pregnancy at a district general hospital, Essex, United Kingdom.
Good afternoon, everybody. I am presenting an audit of diagnosis, management and outcome of ectopic pregnancy at Brookfield Hospital, James Road, United Kingdom. It was a retrospective audit and patient included with an index pregnancy of either proven ectopic pregnancy or persistent pregnancy of unknown location diagnosed between the year 2008 and 2011. Total 114 patients identified from the Departmental Ectopic Pregnancy Register and note requested from medical records. 81 patients notes obtained. 13 of them had multiple ectopic pregnancy. Those with recurrence after 2011 were also included for data analysis. Total 96 cases of ectopic pregnancy were available for analysis. When you look at the age distribution of the patient, as you know, majority of the ectopic pregnancy happens between the age group of 24 to 34 years of age, and in our study, majority patient lies between the age of 25 to 34 years age. Only 3 patients below the age of 19 and 4 patients above the age of 40. Method of conception, natural conception happened in 88% of cases, and ovulation inductions happens in 8% of cases, and 4 patients had in vitro fertilization. Parity majority is patient either nulliparous or para-1. Diagnosis was based on the transvaginal ultrasound and also the beta-HCG level, and 40% of patients were diagnosed in their first scan and 37% diagnosed in their second scan. Now we look at the location of ectopic pregnancy. Our 60% of ectopic pregnancy on the right side, 29% on the left side, and 8% pregnancy of unknown locations, and 2 cases intracervical pregnancy, and 1 case of heterotopic pregnancy, which was conceived by Clomid induction. Surgical management was offered in 70% cases initially. However, 76% overall surgical treatments was carried out. 1 failed medical management and 2 failed conservative management. And 70% of laparoscopic procedure was done. 6 laparotomies, 1 planned because the patient was unstable, and 5 after initial laparoscopy, 3 due to significant hemoperitoneum, and 2 cases due to dense pelvic adhesion. So, more than 95% of cases managed laparoscopically. 3 patients had combined laparoscopy and evacuation of retained product of conceptions, and successful surgical management was carried out in heterotopic pregnancy. 11 patients had salpingectomies, 4 converted to salpingectomy, and 1 of them had delayed salpingectomy because of persistent trophoblastic disease, 1 needed for methostasis for persistent trophoblastic disease, and 57% had salpingectomies. Our surgical complication rate was low. Only 1 returned back to theatre for intra-abdominal bleeding and 2 umbilical cord site infection. 13 patients had medical management and 3 of them subsequently needed repeat dose of methotrexate, while only 1 needed eventual surgical intervention. Both cervical ectopics were successfully managed with methotrexate in the gestation sac. Conservative management were intended in 13 cases. 12 had initial beta-HCG less than 1,000 international unit per liter, and total number of beta-HCG done in 4 cases, all followed up till the beta-HCG level falls less than 10. Then we look at the subsequent pregnancy outcome. Our live birth rate following the surgical treatment is 46.8%, and ectopic pregnancy happens again in 23.4% of cases. Medical management, 5 had live birth, 1 miscarriage, but there was no ectopic, and conservative management, 3 had live birth. There was 1 ectopic and 1 molar pregnancy. But these results may not be accurate because many of the patients may have delivered elsewhere. We compare our studies that in Mid-Essex Broomfield Hospital, medical management success rate is 92%, published meta-analysis 79.3%, Mid-Essex further intervention after surgery rate is 3%, and negative laparoscopy rate is 1%, and it's documented about 4%. And all these figures taken from NICE ectopic pregnancy and miscarriage guidelines. In conclusion, ectopic pregnancy is safely and accurately diagnosed in the early pregnancy assessment unit in Mid-Essex Hospital. Surgical management is the most popular method with a low rate of complication and very low negative laparoscopy rate. Medical management is safely and effectively used with a low laparoscopy rate. Conservative management is used in selected patient diagnosis and management of ectopic pregnancy has a high level of consultative input. Thank you for listening to my update.
Yeah. Thank you for finishing in time, Dr. Jaha Afroz.
Thank you.
Now I open the forum for any questions or queries. Please hand over.
Hey, Dr. Jaha, thank you for your lovely presentation. I have two questions. One is, I didn't get the location as unknown location. This is one. And the other one is that you said that most of them you manage surgically, right? And about 14% medical management and the rest 13 cases of expectant. So what do you say, you are working now in the United Kingdom, which has all the resources in your hospital. What would you think of altering your management if you're in a remote village in, say, anywhere in Indonesia or India or Bangladesh?
Thank you very much. It's a very nice question. Definitely I'm presenting audit where it is in a developed countries. But if I'm working in Bangladesh, in a remote village, where no facility is not available, in that situation, the patient may be coming very far away, and it will be difficult to follow them afterward. So I would offer them a more surgical approach, because if I don't do surgical treatment in that patient, I may lose this patient. So managements will differ according to the situation.
Thank you. And the unknown location, with these high resolution ultrasounds and meticulous seeing into the signs and symptoms and beta ECG, I was thinking, what do you mean by unknown location?
Unknown location when pregnancy test is positive, but the ultrasound failed to demonstrate any intrauterine pregnancy. So that is, or any adnexal mass. So that is the pregnancy of unknown locations.
Your question would be easily answered by the third speaker.
Yes.
Good.
We still have time. So
Thank you very much.
Those questions.
Are there any guidelines for
Ma'am,
are there any guidelines for expectant management?
Yeah. In our hospital, there is guidelines for expectant management.
Can you put it on?
Yes, there is a protocol in our hospital. We offer expectant management only those group of patients who has got no symptoms, and also beta ECG less than 1,000 international unit per liter, and in ultrasound finding the adnexal mass is less than 270.
thank you so much. We'll now have the third speaker.